Hi, everyone. Spiritual teacher for you here. I'm here to do a reading. It is a Wednesday, so the energy of Wednesday seems significant all of a sudden. So there probably is something about a Wednesday. Hold on, let me see. What is the energy of Wednesday? Intellect, communication, and movement. So that's what I feel is like this Wednesday energy, almost like a rejuvenation of energy, almost like okay, I'm getting into the groove of things. I got the flow going. We're good now, okay? The show Wednesday, someone could be watching. Yeah, the character of Wednesday is coming to mind here. So someone might be someone of, it's not that she's heartless, but she definitely enjoys the darker side of things. I mean, a first season throwing a bag of piranhas into the boys' swimming pool because, though, they were being mean to her brother. So she has a good heart. It's just it's judged harshly. So someone here feels like they are being judged, but they have a good heart. Being judged for something that doesn't prove who they really are. It feels like somebody feels that they're being judged for one aspect of them and not their whole selves. Feels like it's coming from family. Like family is judging, or someone here feels like family is judging one aspect of them because that's all they've seen. And they're basing their opinion of someone in their family off of an old version of someone. I'm getting a message of be careful where you place something, that it might get dirty where you place it. Like a new purse, or I see a pants leg getting muddy because it's too long. Just something about placing something on the ground. It's like you don't see something there, and so it gets dirty from you placing it on there. I don't know. I feel some energy rushing in that feels almost like bum rushing, like really coming in strong. There's a lot of force behind it, a lot of power behind it. For some, this could be a punch. For some, this could be an amount of money that was unexpected. For some, this could be attention flooded to you. I just feel a rushing of energy all of a sudden. So I don't know why Spirit's giving me these little nuggets of channeled messages. If it does resonate with you, I would love it if you let me know by liking this video, or you can comment an emoji below to let me know that is resonating with you. Yeah, I just heard came in like a wrecking ball, so there's definitely some energy there. I went to get the cards, and it's like Spirit's like, no, there's still more. And then I saw like a tool bag, a red tool bag. So there's something about the red root chakra here. Is it Muladhara for the red for root chakra? Red is coming through strong. So I don't know if you're noticing red vehicles, red shirts, red things, and it's like a bright red too, like a stop sign, bright red. So I do see your root chakra being something to pay attention to. In what it exactly? Okay, so there's something about your root chakra affecting your solar plexus, which is your personal power and identity, and like where you stand your ground. but there's something about needing to be solid in your groundedness to be able to stand your ground, if that makes sense. I'm getting for some of you at this time, you may have some like your skin may be more sensitive right now. Like you're noticing that you're itching, or like fabrics on your skin are bothering you. Spirit, what's that about? Normally I would say that's part of the upgrade of elevating. It's like shedding your skin. And so physical symptoms of itching and phantom itches, and it's like, why am I itchy, that shows up. But this feels different. Your skin is being, oh, yes, they just gave me, I don't know if you ever heard of the or read the book The Witches by Roald Dahl. And also I'm getting Spider-Man for some reason, but it's almost like you're unlocking new abilities. And part of your abilities are your sensitivities to energies around you. So you're starting to be a little more sensitive, even physically on your skin, because that is like an adjustment. So the reason I mentioned The Witches by Roald Dahl is because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it or read the book, the little boy, something happens to him to where he grows hair, and the way Roald Dahl describes the hair growing out of his skin is so painful. And it's almost like that's how sensitive to the energies around you that you are. You can literally feel your hair growing under your skin, and it might be itchy and kind of painful or uncomfortable. And so when things are touching that, I don't know, there's just something here about being more sensitive to the energy around you. I'm trying a new way of doing this reading, because normally I just let the video play, and a lot of the time of the video is me trying to figure out what the messages are that Spirit's trying to tell me. So I'm trying something a little different where I pause when I can tell that the energy is changing and that a new message is coming through. So that's why you may see where I'm pausing or hearing the clicking sound or whatever. So just know that's what's happening, is that I'm just feeling the energy and reading it out and not using the video to take up space to do that. So let me know if you prefer that over me spending the whole time. The risk is when I pause, am I actually pausing the video? Because I've messed up there many times. So far I think we're doing okay. Okay, I got someone here who owns a boutique, and the color pink came through very strongly. And now Spirit is telling me that I'm ready to pull cards, and I'm immediately being drawn to my Bob Ross cards here. So they are just regular playing cards, but Bob Ross style. Let's see, there he is upside down. Aha. What is like the Bob Ross quote that comes to mind when you think of Bob Ross? Put it in the comments, let me know. So I'm being told to ring my bell for Spirit. I'm also being told to spray my spray. And we got two cards here from Bob Ross. One is the King of Clubs, saying we don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. And behind there is a beautiful mountain scenery, very tall mountains. In fact, they're so tall that they're out of frame. Oh my God, y'all. The message there is very clear that you can't even see what's coming because it's not even in your field yet, but it's there. Just like we know the top of that mountain is there, but we can't see it, but we know it's there. So it's almost like Spirit's like, you know what's out there because you are desiring it. Your desires are telling you what's possible. But it's up to you to adjust your view and look up, right? So you can see the top. We don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. King of clubs, king. I definitely get masculine energy from the king there. That does not mean male or female, no gender, just masculine energy. I feel an adjustment being made to your way of thinking. I just got to that you're very influential in your energy and particularly masculines. Your energy is either triggering or healing to masculines. There is something about you, particularly, and your energy that when you enter a room where masculines interact with your energy, it does something to them. It either triggers them or it heals them. And you are not responsible for their reaction to your energy. You're responsible for your energy and healing and growing. Okay? That came out very strongly for someone. So then we have the 9 of spades. Spades. Why did I say it like that? Okay. They say everything looks better with odd number of things, but sometimes I put even numbers just to upset the critics. oh, our little Bob was quite a rebel. I'm noticing that the scenery in the background is very barren. Interesting. What is that about? I definitely feel like there's something there. So the way I see that quote is that not everybody knows like what's best for you. They're going to share their opinion about what's best, but you know what's best. You know what's best for you if you're listening to you and your higher self. You know what's best. There's something about a barren wasteland. I'm getting someone playing a video game about a wasteland, maybe Fallout. A barren. The word barren is really coming up strong. Barren meaning nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing in other people's opinions. There's nothing there in their opinion. Okay, I feel like something is formulating here. This is where I would pause because I'm having to but allow the flow of this stream of thoughts. But now Spirit's like wanting me to explain because someone I feel like here is wondering how I do it, or how anyone who can channel energy or messages or connect with Spirit do it. And something I've had to learn is to allow the flow. So that's why I love having incense smoke during a reading, because it literally is a reminder to allow the flow. And the smoke of incense is so different every time. Allow the flow. I am a river. So that's when the flow comes. Yeah, and I just have to kind of it's like a movie screen, like they say, that just kind of comes across, and I had to kind of figure out what's the message. I feel like I'm like deciphering. That's why it is very important to only take what truly resonates. And if you feel like you're having twisting and turning it to make it fit your situation, that information's probably not for you. Spirit just wanted me to say that reminder. Take only what resonates. And even then, be discerning about why it resonates and what it means to you. And why do you think it does resonate? Why are you having to pay attention to that particular fact or thought or idea or information? So it's almost like taking accountability for your own thoughts and your own self-awareness and your own analyzation of things and your own, it's like going down the rabbit hole a little bit. And I know they say not to, but this is almost like someone's in a phase of their life where they kind of need to, but not too far down, because then you spiral. It's like it's mainly avoiding the spiral. So maybe you want to go down the rabbit hole with someone present, so that way if you do start to spiral, they can, hey, snap out of it. You know. Okay, the next one is the Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. I got pilot there, or like, you know, an ace student, like ace meaning I'm just gonna keep saying the words coming, trying academic awareness, oh my gosh, academy, ace, hardware. Like a student. I'm getting like an ace student, but I'm also getting like ace, like a plane, a pilot, a program, something there. If I paint something, I don't want to have to explain what it is. So painting a clear picture. Painting a clear picture for the universe. Yes, that's what that is. You are wanting something to come into your life, and yet you have not exactly painted the picture. They're not sure, because one minute you're focused on this situation that's in front of your face that you don't seem to enjoy, but then the next you're focusing on or fantasizing about a future that's totally different from the one you're experiencing. So what is it that you want? Do you want what's happening now, or do you want what you envision there to be in the future? And spirit and I just feel the energy of needing to paint a clear picture of what you want. Okay. There's just energy here, you guys, that I'm not sure what it's trying to tell me. It makes me think there's like stuff. Everything happens for a reason. So I start choking or whatever, and I realized I hadn't brought my coffee in here. So that's why I went to go get it. As I was going to get my coffee, I thought about the fact that my hair has been in a bun all day today, like a twirled bun on top of my head, because I was help staining a fence today, which is why I have the camouflage shirt on, because I didn't care if this got stain on it. And I just thought about the contrast of like the very fancy hair. As I took it out of the bun, it looks like I like styled it, you know? Um and yet the contrast to like this casual, so there's like a fancy casual contrast. I'm also getting like high contrast colors as well. Like very just high contrast colors. And then I'm also getting something about brightness and light and shiny. Maybe you're noticing shiny things or brightness, or you're wanting the lamps to be on or light to be on. You're wanting, or maybe you're noticing lights flickering. Obviously, lights flickering is a sign of trying to get your attention. So yeah. That's interesting. As I came back in, because I was about to grab my tarot cards and use those, which I keep seeing this card shining pretty brightly on the bottom here, this Ten of Swords. And that's definitely the worried energy I feel from you, this anxious energy. And I feel like this reading is addressing those with that anxious energy, that high, Just look at this person. That's you. I know your sleep is off. I'm also getting headaches for someone here. There's just worry, anxiety, stress. All right, as I say that, 2 cards popped right on out. Divine timing. Divine timing. You guys, look at this. I am so drawn to that image. That clock. It reminds me of something. It reminds me of, okay, well, divine timing, obviously, this is a message of trust and divine timing. Everything happens when it's supposed to. You can't rush it along. In fact, you trying to rush it along creates stagnancy and blocked energy. So there is a huge message in letting things flow by getting into the flow. And you know how to get in the flow? It's one of the hardest / easiest things to do. By not doing anything, by not planning, by not making a to-do list, by not obsessing over your calendar, by getting off social media, by going outside, by doing something that doesn't feel like you're rushing or pushing or forcing or wondering when and how things are going to happen. This is the opposite of that. So if you feel yourself rushing and there's nowhere you're going to, there's that energy is actually hindering the flow. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so as I coughed, it reminded me of when I walked back into the room and I saw a shiny Biltmore ornament over there from when we went to the King Tut exhibit. So there's some Egyptian ties here. Maybe I meant to pull an Egyptian oracle card. So I'm going to pull those over here. I don't know if the energy's quite there yet. We shall see. So divine timing is here. And because I was explaining all of that, I lost my train of... Oh, yeah. The elixir. Thank you. The elixir from Casper. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Casper with Christina Ricci and Devon Sawa. Ah, he was so dreamy. And he was... yeah, anyways. So... oh, that's so funny that I'm thinking about that, like my attraction to Devon Sawa when I was like so young. Here's attraction, the card attraction coming out. You're attracting the right person at the right time in your life. So that's why that came out. But also that elixir was supposed to give ghosts back their life. And it worked, just not on the right people. Or so we say it wasn't the right people, but who are we to know if they didn't, like, I don't know, Oh, anyways, I'm getting off point here. Spirit says, keep going. I'm getting that you may hear a voice in your head of someone in your life that's important to you. That may not be the best voice to have or to be thinking about to influence you. In other words, the reason their voice is in your head is because that person has an influence on you. This could be someone who pays you a lot of attention, or they're very much eyes on you and you can feel it that way, or it's someone that you physically hang out with a lot. Maybe not by choice for some of you. Others it's circumstantial or by choice. But because of this person's energy and attachment to you, their voice is in your head. And so I'm getting that may actually needs to be a boundary you set, or releasing releasing your attachment from their energy by doing a cord cutting or a, and it's not that you won't see them again, it's just that you will, their energy won't attach to you anymore. So once you do that cord cutting, then do a protection ritual, and you can do that in whatever way resonates with you, okay? It can be as simple as imagining white light coming down into your crown, through all of your chakras down into the earth, and grounding yourself by picturing roots coming up to your feet. It can be as simple as physically waving a selenite wand over your body. It can be as easy as taking a shower, going to ground in the earth. There's just so many simple ways to protect your energy. And the more you do it, the thicker that protection is. Okay? Someone needed to hear that. Where to next, Spirit? Where to next? I immediately went to my Shaman Oracle and Egyptian Oracle deck. So we're going to shuffle. Oh my God, you guys, I'm being told to separate the cards. I've been wondering when that was going to happen. So I had mixed the two decks together, and I said, at some point, I think they're going to tell me to separate them. And now is that time. Keep them separated. Okay. There is that the offspring? I don't know. There's something here about separating something. You had something mixed together, and now it needs to be separated. Like the energies of those two things need to be separated, okay? I am going to pause while I do that because you don't need to sit here and listen to that. So I got the message that for someone, the separation is that you've been trying to hide. You've been trying to hide and fit in and blend in with the norm, with the societal, expectations or whatever. And you never have felt like you fit in. So you definitely feel like you're someone who thinks differently, acts differently, feels differently, and it's not a superiority complex that I'm feeling. It's just like you tried to intermingle and you realize you're different, and you tried to change yourself so that you could fit in, so that you could not get weird looks, but then in trying to fit in, all these insecurities and doubts came up, like, oh, was that stupid? Do I look stupid? Did I look like I was different, like I thought different? Oh, is that not something that you'd like to do, But then I feel like what happened as you got older, your true authenticity started to shine more and more, and you started to find your people that shine just like you do and have accepted their their uniqueness. And so you are starting to realize that it's okay to be a unique butterfly. It's okay to not think the same way and to not act the same way and to not have the same expectations as other people. You're realizing it's okay. In fact, that's beautiful, to embrace your uniqueness and shine anyways. And so as I separated my deck, look at the shine on that. Look at the glisten. Okay, look at that glisten. So you are at a time right now where you are realizing your uniqueness is okay and you're accepting that. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. So we're going to use this deck. But while I was removing all of the Shaman Oracle decks, I did feel very drawn to one in particular, Taming the Wind. This one got caught in a big bundle. Like, I looked and you could see the edge of this card, and I was like, hello, I see you. And so that is the number 55, which that number has been calling to me a lot lately. I've been seeing a lot lately. And so 55 is the number for change, for a big change. And that could look in any way that is it could look any way, even from a haircut to painting a room to totally spiritually awakening, you know? I mean, it's like it's from small to big that I feel that this change is happening. Taming the wind. I'm getting to that's that flow. That's that flow. Um Taming the wind. I actually got more of like flowing with the wind, but taming the wind means trying, I mean like I see like when you try to tame a wild horse, it's like you're breaking the wind. So maybe the wind, which is our thoughts, are out of control right now. And so it's actually quite necessary for you to tame it, to get it to calm down. And that is exactly what I was feeling from this 10 of swords, is that your thoughts are racing, and spirit, I mean, really is calling us to tame those wild thoughts. The fear, every time a thought of, well, I don't know when this is gonna happen, you know, if I had this then this, you know, once those thoughts start to creep in, you say, you know what, I release any fear, I release any anxiety, I release any doubts. I fully trust spirit to lead me to where I am meant to go based on my desires. I allow this to happen. I am open to a new path. You know, there's this speaking to the wind that needs to happen in order to tame it. All right. So let's pull one last card from the Egyptian Oracle deck with that shiny side, meaning you're meant to shine. Stop trying to hide. You don't need to be hard to find, but at the same time you are, because, okay, for example, we all know that you know, Lamborghinis exist, right? We may have even seen one out and about on the street, but they're hard to find, right? Like, it's something that you don't just go to a dealership and there's a Lamborghini for sale. So it's something that you have to seek out. So it feels like your energy is something someone has to seek out. It's hard to find, and that's because you are a unique butterfly. You're someone who, I definitely feel a spiritualness in you, very connected to spirit. And I think people feel that in you. They know that you are someone that can communicate with spirit or energy, or you are able to see or feel beyond what's right here in front of us. So they know you exist, but they have to seek you out. And that's where the line is divided of people who want your help and are ready for it, and of people who are just wanting you to give to them without any exchange. Sorry about that. I had to get the message out and it was getting froggier and froggier. So something is trying to stop this like energy from flowing. And I feel that's your energy. So there is this opening up that needs to happen. Okay. As I was talking, this card flipped on out of the deck, Purification. And this is Rimen Hare Sa, the upper arm of Sob. That was really hard to say. The number 32, which is also 5, and there's that 5 again. 555 you might be seeing. I just see that you're going through a purification process right now. And it's all about opening up to spirit and trusting the flow and trusting your intuition and trusting those little nudges. One more card wants to come out. I can feel it, and it feels feminine. I feel feminine energy from it. Whoa. Okay. So we've got Respect and Admiration, the number 30. Call the Thousands. And I'm seeing those three symbols right there at the top, and it's reminding me of the 111, the three from the Empress in Tarot. So there's that feminine energy I was feeling. I've also got the number 27, authority and power, Kintu Keru, lower Kintu. Okay. So we've got the upper arm of Sob and the lower Kintu. Okay, give me just a second. See, this is where I would pause. Excuse me. Oh, did you hear that energy being nice? Okay, there's something out of order here, or you feel like something's out of order, but it's all in divine timing. Interesting. So I'm getting like the story of someone going through their spiritual awakening, and it feels like you were seeking kind of admiration and respect as a motivating factor to why you were wanting to spiritually awaken. Not this that doesn't have to be for everybody, and that doesn't have to be your only motivation, but it was partly your motivation. But I'm also getting that the potential was there for this respect and admiration. I'm also getting for some that you already had respect and admiration in what you were doing. But that wasn't working out for some of you. So you went through this purification process of letting things go that were no longer working for you. And you almost had to build this boundary with authority and power to not just settle for anything. Like you stepped away from something and you weren't just going to settle for anything after that. The color blue is coming out strong here for the throat chakra. So it requires you to speak your truth. Yes. This definitely feels like past, present, future. But the numbers are 30, 32, 27. So it's almost this just mixed up timeline that you saw as being mixed up. Like, oh my God, like I got to do this to get to this, to get to this. But you would feel energy towards something here. And you'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to go work on this, but I really need to be doing this. No, you really need to be doing the thing that you feel drawn to do, because what happens is you do a little bit here, you do a little bit here, and then it all comes together to be this beautiful foundation for yourself. And that's what allowing the flow of spirit and the flow of energy in, everything becomes clear eventually why you feel so drawn to do this one day. You have all the energy in the world to do it. And the next day you feel exhausted and you just want to sleep and take a nap. And for some reason, we feel so bad about being exhausted when we think we should be working. No, that's called rest. That's called you just expended a lot of energy on this channeled thing that you were doing. And your body needs a chance to recoup. That's why working every day is just ludicrous to me. But anyways, let's keep going. Yes, when you love what you do, you could do it every single day. But the point is here, you could do it every single day, but there is rest that is needed. So there's that balance coming. Okay? And so then another day you'll have a lot of energy to do it again. And it feels like spirit gives you the energy, as long as you're open to the flow of it, to go towards the thing that you really love, but it may not be in a consistent way like you want it. So there is this level of surrender and release and let go of control that's needing to happen. And that is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. And so you feel a little bit crazy in that process because everything you've ever been taught is to go, 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 push, 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 deadline, deadline, like, do this, then, and then yet Spirit's saying, rest, rest, stop worrying and rest, okay? So, yeah, that's the big message there. Balance will come in, I promise you. But this worry you've got to really, really get rid of, okay? Somehow, some way. And that's what you need to focus on, is figuring out how to release this worry, this stress, this obsessive thought of when and how. Allow the flow. Go outside and sit. And oh my God, you might get a new idea. You might figure out the solution to the problem that you've been having all week long. It just comes in a moment of clarity because you actually sat and allowed the flow come in. Okay? That is the message, and that is it. Okay, you guys? So I'm going to end there. Thank you very much for being here. So much love to you guys, seriously, from my heart. And I appreciate you so much. So thank you. And I'll see you next time.